Hi, Divine Souls. I'm truly grateful you're here with me in Oriah Divine's sanctuary, a space dedicated to healing, awareness, and spiritual alignment. If this video has appeared in your life today, trust that there may be a message here meant specifically for you. If the words shared here resonate with your spirit, I encourage you to like, share, comment, and subscribe so we can continue building a community centered around truth, healing, and higher consciousness. Earlier today, during meditation, I allowed myself to slow down, to breathe, and to simply be present. And in that quiet space, I began to tune into the energetic frequency of the collective, sensing what many people may be navigating on their spiritual journeys right now. And from that awareness, this message emerged. Childhood survival mode does not always end when childhood ends. It often follows people directly into adulthood, especially into relationships. From a spiritual perspective, survival mode can keep a person operating from fear instead of peace, self protection instead of openness, and hypervigilance instead of trust. When you grow up in emotionally unstable, neglectful, highly critical, or chaotic environments, your system adapts to survive. You may learn, stay alert, stay small, avoid conflict, anticipate disappointment, suppress needs, earn love through performance. These patterns are protective in unstable environments. But what helps you survive one season can become limiting in another. This is especially true in love and emotional connection. Many people raised in survival mode deeply desire love, but struggle to receive it peacefully. Why? Because love may have been associated with unpredictability, inconsistency, withdrawal, criticism, conditional approval, emotional confusion. As adults, this can create internal conflict. Part of you wants closeness. Another part fears what closeness may cost. So you may feel drawn to emotionally activating dynamics while feeling suspicious of calmer, healthier connection, not because healthy love is wrong, but because your internal system may still be adjusting to emotional safety. Spiritually, this can look like confusing emotional chaos for deep connection. But chaos is not confirmation. Intensity is not always intimacy. Healthy love often feels more grounded than dramatic. Let's first discuss a sensitive topic when it comes to romantic relationships, sex and intimacy. Survival mode can affect sexual relationships too. Sometimes sex becomes connected to validation, reassurance, approval, or temporary emotional closeness. A person may unconsciously seek through physical intimacy what they longed for emotionally: security, acceptance, affection, or worthiness. Others may experience the opposite: difficulty relaxing, difficulty being present, emotional disconnection during intimacy, fear of full vulnerability. Why? Because true intimacy requires presence, and survival mode often trains people to stay guarded. Spiritually, sex is often experienced most fully when connection includes emotional safety, mutual respect, and intentionality, not simply emotional escape or temporary soothing. Next, let's discuss communication. Survival mode also shapes communication. If honesty or emotional expression once led to punishment, invalidation, conflict, or withdrawal, communication may feel risky. As adults, this can show up as avoiding difficult conversations, people pleasing, over explaining, shutting down, struggling to express needs clearly. Spiritually, truth requires safety internally. You cannot fully communicate from a grounded place while constantly bracing for emotional danger. Healing involves learning that your voice can exist without abandonment, that honest communication is not inherently dangerous. Commitment can feel complicated too. Why? Because commitment requires consistency, vulnerability, and sustained trust. But if your early life taught you that closeness equals instability, commitment may unconsciously feel threatening. You may want commitment deeply, while simultaneously fearing dependence, disappointment, engulfment, or betrayal. This can create push pull dynamics, craving closeness, then distancing when it becomes emotionally real. Spiritually, healing commitment patterns often means first strengthening commitment to yourself, your boundaries, your discernment, your values, your emotional regulation, because secure relationships are easier to build when your foundation is less fear driven. In relationships, the building a future filled with purpose and healing can make a relationship flourish or end. Perhaps one of the biggest spiritual costs of survival mode is how much energy it consumes. When your internal world is organized around protection, fear management, emotional monitoring, and relational survival, less energy remains for purpose, for creativity, vision, rest, joy, calling. Healing helps recover that energy, not by pretending the past didn't happen, but by helping you build new patterns. Patterns rooted in peace, discernment, honesty, boundaries, emotional responsibility, and healthier connection. You are not meant to spend your whole life surviving relationships. You are allowed to experience love with greater safety, communication with more honesty, commitment with more stability, and intimacy with greater alignment. Healing is not abandoning yourself to connect. It is learning how to stay connected to yourself while building healthier love. That is where deeper freedom begins. Divine souls, thank you for stepping into Oriah Divine's sanctuary. This space exists to support your healing, elevate your awareness, and guide you through the sacred process of personal transformation. Here, you are safe to grow, spiritually, emotionally, and authentically, and it is truly an honor to share this journey with you. Always remember, awareness begins the healing, but your transformation begins the moment you choose to honor your voice. Until we meet again, continue walking in truth, protecting your peace, and letting your divine light shine.